Okay? It's a subtle limit. I told you the issue of defining what's going on at infinity is subtle, but this finite system gives you a way of approaching it which is completely well-defined. All of these systems are finite-dimensional quantum mechanics. There's no issue about them being well-defined, not well-defined. They're absolutely unitary. They're built so that with my identification of what causal diamonds are, they are causal, and so on. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As I told you, Einstein's theory comes out of this as hydrodynamics. It's not the fundamental variable. Okay, now there's an important thing that one should impose on the system. I should do this on every single trajectory, and we've tried to do that. We can do it for trajectories that are separated from each other in space or in time, but all at rest with respect to each other, and from the consistency conditions for trajectories that are separated in space and in time, we derive a formalism from this that looks like time-ordered Feynman diagrams. Namely, you start to follow constraints in to smaller and smaller causal diamonds, and you ask, are there still so many constraints, so many blocks surviving on this small causal diamond? And then the Hamiltonian in that diamond acts, and you look at the final state, and you see what constraints you have when you come out, and that gives you a picture in terms of lines coming into a diamond, lines coming out of a diamond. Now, there's a point at which that all breaks down. Namely, I was insisting here that the sum of the k lines is much, much less than n. As I try to follow constraints in to a smaller and smaller causal diamond, that's always going to break down somewhere. If the region where that breaks down is microscopically small in Planck units, or just a few degrees of freedom, then you follow back out to a larger causal diamond, and you still got the constraints, and you have what looks like a little local vortex where some number of particles come in and some number of particles come out. If the region where that breaks down is huge in Planck units, then what happens? Well, the state that you've created, the initial state, is a very unlikely state. You've constrained most of the variables to be zero. If your Hamiltonian is a generic kind of Hamiltonian, what we call a fast scrambler, you will not stay in that state for very long, and will instead come to thermodynamic equilibrium. In every space-time dimension, the place where that happens is the usual threshold for black hole production for particles. If you identify energy as I've identified it here, and radius as I've identified it here. No. It's 4 or more. Okay? Two-dimensional black holes with linear diagram. I know no model of quantum gravity in 2 dimensions that lives in Minkowski space-time with the length invariant asymptotics. Okay. We can talk about that later. I certainly disagree with it. I have written a paper on the 2-dimensional models with linear diagram asymptotics. So, all of the models we've constructed have locality built into them, unitarity built into them. They have this Feynman diagram structure. They have processes in them that thermodynamically look like black hole formation and evaporation. I'm not claiming that we have a geometrical picture, and in fact, all of these models have the property that if I try to impose the constraints on different Lorentz-invariant Lorentz-related trajectories with different velocities, I don't succeed. I don't know how to do that. Our models have many, many parameters. It's our hope that we will be able to find models that are Lorentz-invariant. I remind you that in string theory, finding models that are Lorentz-invariant is a highly non-trivial business that constrains the possible compactifications and so on. And so there's some hope, I think, that this problem can be solved. Let me just quickly say that you can make another model where I do exactly the same thing, but keep n finite and very, very large at the end of time, and then after I get out to a Hamiltonian that acts on the entire Hilbert space, I just let time keep going and evolve with that Hamiltonian. And that model has a lot of properties that we would associate with the quantum theory of the Sitter space. Namely, if you put a constraint that says there are incoming particles in the theory, that persists for a while, but then on times rather larger than n, the Sitter radius, those particles thermalize with the horizon, and we actually can reproduce the De Sitter-Schwarzschild black hole entropy formula. So let me quickly conclude what I have to say about this. This theory has new low-energy degrees of freedom, which are not there in field theory, but they're actually there. They're the zero modes of gravitons that Andy Schellinger and his collaborators have been talking about lately, but they're not there in non-gravitational quantum field theories. The particle interactions come in a different mode. They're integrating out heavy degrees of freedom. Locality and causality come from a different mechanism. The time dependence is crucial to that. And quantum effective field theory is only a good approximation in regimes where particles are decoupled from the horizon in these models. Okay? Quantum classical effective field theory, in the sense of hydrodynamics, Jacobson showed us should be valid even in fully quantum regimes in these models. And let me just quickly tell you what we think we've accomplished thinking about these models. The models suggest that the breaking of supersymmetry we see in the real world is associated with the fact that we see a non-trivial cosmological constant and has to do with interactions between localized particles and degrees of freedom on the horizon. I used that a long time ago to suggest a scaling law for the gravitational mass as a function of the cosmological constant, and that scaling law implies rapid low-energy Susy breaking, and if you put it together with constraints of phenomenology, leads to a fairly detailed set of models for what scale physics is. Some of you here may have been interested in the Firewall paradox. In these models, the Firewall paradox is not an issue because we don't assume that the only low-energy degrees of freedom are just given by quantum field theory, and the only low-energy state is the vacuum. And so we have claimed that we've resolved the Firewall paradox. The people who like firewalls say overture theory is not Lorentz invariant, and I can only agree with them. Finally, we've invented a model of inflation. I believe the quantum field theoretic models of inflation are working in the regime where the entropy in a causal diamond is very large. Field theory really shouldn't be applied there. Our models do fit the data as well as ordinary inflationary models, and the real test will be the gravitational wave signature if it's ever seen, because we have rather distinctive predictions for that. Just one last point, there's a theory of compactification. It's in very primitive shape, but the one thing that's clear about it is there are no continuous moduli. They're all discrete. All of the questions about stabilizing continuous moduli are just simply solved in these models because there are no continuous moduli.